road is really bumpy, so yeah, bear with me on the visual there. I just love the straightaway here. And at the very end of the straightaway, I don't know if you can see it from here, but there are windmills. And you see a whole lot of them once you get into like Nebraska and Iowa. And then you see a few of them here. In fact, I don't remember these ones being in Wyoming last time, so they must have just popped up recently within the last year or so. There's those windmills I was talking about. There's a few of them. Not nearly as many as we'll see in like Nebraska and Iowa. Alright, there's Little America right across the highway. Kind of hard to see from here. But yeah, for the last like 30, 40, 50 miles they've been advertising for this little sliver of civilization. One of these days I might just have to go visit. It looks like a little town out in the middle of nowhere, like a little oasis out in the middle of the desert. It's really small, but it sure has a lot of stuff going on. There's a Little America sign on those red pillars, those red tanks. Oh yeah, that's it. Anyway, yeah, that's Little America. Oh, a little blurry. Oh geez. Hope I didn't get the whole thing blurry. We'll see. All right, we're just kind of passing through a place called Green River, Wyoming, and some really cool geological features in this little area here, as you can see. Look, there's a little Hampton Inn right in the middle of it. But yeah, look at those stones just sitting up, perched up on the cliff like that. Wow, it's amazing how they can stay there so long. Yeah, we're about ready to pass into some tunnels. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, we're not far from Rock Springs, which is kind of a bigger city. Not as big as Wyoming or Cheyenne, but fairly big for Wyoming. And here we go. And people are just flying through. Sorry about the smears on my window. I think I need new windshield wiper blades because they're not cleaning the windshield like they should be. Here's an abandoned Sinclair service station just outside of Rock Springs, Wyoming. Spooky looking place. I'm gonna get out and get some close-ups. Look at all that graffiti, all that damage. Yeah, let's take a look around. Now, there's no way in hell I'm going inside. Pretty spooky looking place, kind of out in the middle of nowhere. And not taking any chances. This still looks pretty decent, but that's about it. Everything else is pretty messed up. Alright, it's getting dark out there. It is 7:47. I think my clock might be off because my phone is saying it's 8:47, but my truck is saying 7:47. So I'm gonna go by my phone. Approaching 9 o'clock. There you go. I think the next big town is gonna be Rawlins, Wyoming, followed by Laramie, and then Cheyenne.
I wish I tried to be more real. Look at me, that's just how I feel. I see the heartbreak in your eyes. Just know I want you by my side.
Alright, it is starting to rain. And yeah, it is completely dark, as you can see. The sun went down about 30 minutes ago. I went ahead and gassed up at the Flying J, $4.49 a gallon of regular unleaded, and that gave me, well, let's see, I think I'm good for 614 miles according to my truck. So convenient. My transmission's at 197 degrees. Tire pressure somewhat evenly balanced, though I probably will put some air in the back tires the next chance I get. Yeah, so feeling pretty good considering I haven't taken a nap at all today. And yeah, I just made myself a little tuna fish sandwich. I bought one of those, it was like a box of like pre-packaged pouches of tuna and some grain bread, and just slapped it together, and that'll save me some money while I'm on the road for food and whatnot. I haven't stopped to buy anything food-wise. Everything I've eaten has been stuff that I bought in Humboldt County and I'm just taking with me. And that should get me most of the way. Though when I get to like New York or whatnot, I might actually stop and get some food over there, because there are some decent options. I got a long way to go before that happens, of course. Still nurturing that coffee that I got earlier at Sinclair in Park City, Utah. I got an extra large coffee, and I don't drink a ton of coffee. Usually I just have like a double espresso, like in the mornings, so like any traditional day. But considering I am, driving 3,500 miles across the country, I'm definitely up in the ante a little bit for the caffeine, and I just nurture a large coffee, and that usually gets me through, an entire day and part of into a night as well. Considering, given that I, have decent sleep the night before, which I did, so. All right, I'm here in Nebraska at a Walmart gas station where gas is just $4.05 for regular unleaded. This is actually the first time I've ever been to a Walmart gas station. It's very late, by the way. And this is pretty cool to see the, I guess the electric hybrid chargers, the EV vehicle service station here. I just love those. There were 2 at the Bayshore Mall that were green. There are 4 of them here. Seeing a lot of these at these little travel plaza business loop areas. As you can take a look around, you see hotels everywhere, restaurants. Pretty much all of them are closed. But I just wanted to show you that. I thought that was pretty cool. Good morning, everyone. It is May 30th, 2022. This is day 3 of our journey back to Maine, from California to Maine. Stopped at a place called Scooters here in Nebraska. I can't tell you where in Nebraska we are, but it's almost not quite in the middle of Nebraska, but I want to say close to Sydney. Yeah, I pulled in here last night. There's a Walmart over there, by the way. Yeah, I pulled in and I got some rest. I got about 4 hours of sleep at a nearby motel, and stopped in this morning at Scooter's Coffee. Picked up a turkey sausage muffin and triple espresso, and now we're gonna hit the road here in just a bit. It's a nice little business district area, but yeah, let's get back on the road. We got lots of driving to do today, and looking forward to covering some road, covering some mileage. All right, got a full tank of gas, good for another 600 miles according to my truck. Bye for now. Just wanted to show you a little bit of the Nebraskan countryside. A lot of farming and agriculture out here in these parts. Just past a small town called Paxton, P-O-X-T-O-N. Just to give you an idea of where we're at. Not a whole lot going on out here in these parts, and yeah, but there you go. Yeah, starting to get a lot of trees. Something I haven't seen in quite a while. I saw an Oregon plate a few minutes back. That was kind of cool to see. Somebody who's gone further than me so far. All right. See you down the road. All right, here we are at the rest area in Kearney, Nebraska. One of the nicer ones I've seen so far. It's really warm. It's starting to warm up. I'd say probably early 80s temperature-wise, and let's stretch our legs a little bit and go check out this rest area. It's almost like a park. A little pond back here, which is pretty nice. That breeze does feel really good too. Be a nice little place to bring your dog and do a couple laps. Cool. Just wanted to show you a little bit of the rest area.
It's all just some story in my head. Maybe some stars were meant to be dead. Maybe I don't know, and that's all I really know. You say it's a selfless life, maybe, sharing all my thoughts through a melody. I'd show you the hours I spend playing pretend for myself in the audience. I got things in my past, you know, that make me so damn unrelated.
Hey guys, just a quick little update for you. We are officially halfway through our journey. That feels freaking awesome. We are just outside of Lincoln, Nebraska. After that, it's going to be Omaha. Then we're going to plow into Iowa, and we're going to start seeing some of those bigger cities like Des Moines, followed by like the greater Chicago area, followed by Cleveland. It's just going to be one after the other for several states. But we are halfway through, my friends. Yeah, let's do it. See you later. All right, we are officially in Iowa. Navigating through the city traffic isn't as bad as I thought it would be for Memorial Day. But then again, a lot of places are closed, businesses and whatnot, so that would also make sense. But just thought I'd get a little footage of us coming into Iowa here. I have fond memories of the state. This is where I first got pulled over in 2018. Fond memories indeed. Let's hope that doesn't happen again. Okay, well, I'm just gonna keep going and going, and probably gonna be a state or two before I pick up the camera again, because I'm just gonna focus on driving. Next big city is gonna be Des Moines, and we're not too far off from that place. And there's a lot of city traffic, and I want to stay focused on my driving. So I'll see you guys after a while, probably around dark. Okay, I'll catch y'all later. Real quickly, I just wanted to show you the rest area. It's called a New Generation Rest Area outside of Des Moines in Iowa. Very pretty. They have a lot of picnic areas and little paths, tiny little forest, so you can seek refuge in the shade from the hot summer sun. Very windy, as you can see, but yeah, this is part of their new series called the New Generation Rest Areas, and they're like mini parks. So anyways, back on the road, I gotta go. So see you soon. All right, just a little update. It's been a little while. I think last time I updated you was back in Iowa. We were about ready to hit Omaha and cross over into Illinois, and we have since done that. It is nightfall. We got through Illinois. That is probably one of the most difficult states to drive through, especially during the daytime, but I'm so glad I picked the wee hours of the morning to drive through the whole Chicago area. It made a huge difference. We got some lights up ahead here. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and switch lanes here. Yeah, it makes a big difference driving through Chicago at 2 a.m. versus 2 p.m. in the afternoon. And yeah, it was a very enjoyable experience, comparatively speaking. Yeah, so I can finally relax a little bit and then enjoy the ride. There's less congestion. We're starting to get back into kind of the forested areas. Indiana is, I can't remember a whole lot about Indiana, but it's not nearly as long as Illinois. I used to get the two confused all the time because they're two I-states that border each other. But Indiana is definitely a smoother ride, if I remember correctly. And then after this, I think we get into like Michigan and then Ohio. I might be missing one. I don't know. It's late. I get another hour or so left in me before I probably want to start thinking about crashing for the night, getting some sleep. But it's been a productive day. Day 3, I was able to crank out 3 or 4 states, some of the more difficult states and the bigger ones. I think just since I started this morning, I think I was still in Wyoming? No, I was in Nebraska. So yeah, we've made some good progress. Alrighty, I will update you all soon. Bye for now. Good morning, everyone. It is May 30th and our 4th day on the road from California to Maine. And we are getting close to getting into Ohio. I can't believe I'm saying that. Wow. Got a good amount of sleep last night. Well, at least for, being on the road. Probably good, 4 to 5 hours of, good quality sleep. So So that's good enough for me. I should be able to drive all day, and I think we will put a dent in today's travel plans and make some good headway. Yeah, once we're in like Ohio, you know, Pennsylvania, I start to really feel that East Coast vibe. So curious to see where we'll be by the end of today. We got a long way to go still, but I think we're like maybe around a third of the way to our destination. I mean, 2/3 of the way to our destination. Maybe even a little closer. So I'll be updating you guys over the course of the day, and hopefully we'll see some cool stuff along the way. All right, bye for now. So many toll booths in New England. I think so far I've been through 3 or 4. Can you imagine if California had these? Well, they might at some places, but I don't think there's a whole lot in California, or in the Midwest for that matter. But if they did, I mean, it would generate a lot of revenue. A lot. Show you some of this construction that's going on, and this is something they've been doing a lot of, that I've actually seen a lot of on my way out to the East Coast. Crossovers where they're basically closed down one side. Well, this would be on the right is the eastbound. Okay, so they basically shut all of that down. They're doing all this work, but then they open up the westbound and divide it up so that there's an eastbound on it too, if that makes sense. So it's called a crossover, and there are so many of those, more so than I remember in the past. But I like that they have the little barricade between the two, because it's a little sketchy when they don't have it and you're so close to oncoming traffic. But you know, that's the toll money being put to work, right? Got to keep up on those roads. Wow, look at that skyline. That is Cleveland, folks. And a whole lot of traffic. Probably won't keep it up or keep the camera on very long, because I just want to focus on my driving, but I always love coming up the hill and seeing this view of these skyscrapers. That is something else. Wow. Alright, time to put the camera away. Just wanted to get a little video of the city. Alright, bye. We are heading toward Pennsylvania. And I am going to take this exit up here and stop at a rest area because I've been driving through busy, crazy city traffic for the last couple hours, and I just need to rest my dogs for a bit. So, yeah, we're going to dip in here, recharge a bit. I might even lay back and close my eyes for a bit. I'm feeling pretty tired, so yeah, let's get off this super highway of stress and let's relax a little bit. Bye highway for now. Alright, I'm so glad that there's a rest area and not a service plaza. Those service plazas, they're great and they're convenient, but man, are they jam-packed with traffic and just busy as heck. So I like these little rest areas, a little bit more intimate, smaller.
In a quarter mile, merge onto I-90 East.
God, that thing is so freaking loud. Okay, here we go. All right, just pulled into the rest area just outside of Erie, Pennsylvania. And yeah, it's a nice spot. Lots of trees, a lot of shade. It's very warm. Plenty of snacks over there. They got like this own like little snack thing over this modern shed, and then the restrooms over there. But yeah, it just feels good to be out of the car and getting some fresh air amongst the trees. All right, see you later. Pennsylvania. All right, one more state, or should I say one
Welcome
less
to
state.
Pennsylvania.
Oh, thank you, GPS navigator. Hello. It is about 4 o'clock on Tuesday afternoon. We have just entered into New York, and wow, it's so weird to hear myself saying that again. It's been a year. It hasn't been that long, but still, I mean, the fact that I'm in New York, come on, it's New York. I always look forward to driving this part of New York because it's really pretty. They really do take good care of their roads. It's clean, and yeah, definitely one of the nicer drives state-wise that I've noticed. It's a long state, so it will take me a good portion of the evening to get through New York. I want to say it might be close to dark by the time we roll into Massachusetts. I could be wrong, but that's my estimation. I am going to stop at some point and get some gas and all that stuff, but otherwise I just plan on, driving into the late night hours, if not the wee hours of the morning. We're at a service plaza in New York, I'm gonna go inside and take a walk down this corridor that overlooks the highway, both sides. So let's go check it out. Yeah, this is pretty cool. There's so many people here. I was waiting for the right opportunity to whip out the camera. Yeah, that's wild. That's where I parked, right over there. That truck with the back end turned toward the camera, right there. Oh look, I have all of this to myself. It's pretty cool. Very unique perspective. See you guys later. So, I just wanted to take this moment of peace on the road to talk a little bit about Maine and what it is that keeps bringing me back. I'm sure a lot of you are curious as well. You know, it all started when I was really young. I think it may have been like watching something, I think I was watching like Casper from like 1995. A lot of that was filmed in Maine, like Rockland, Friendship area, Camden, and I just always thought it was really pretty, and I was like, well, I would love to go see and experience this place someday. But then, you know, over the years, I just kept thinking about it, and it really started, I want to say my passion for Maine started back in 2008, 2009. I was just looking at photos of Maine, especially during the fall, and I saw like just the changing of the leaves, and it just looked so magical. Of course, I was quite a bit younger, and that fantasy has never really disappeared. And over the years, the idea of Maine just kept popping up and coming back. And then one day I said, you know what, I'm gonna go. And that was in 2017. And I started planning for it, and I was looking it up like religiously. Google Maps started coming out with like really good images. So I was just exploring Portland, Maine, and other cities in Maine. And I said, you know, I'm going. And so by May of 2018, I finally decided to go. And that changed everything, my friends. You know, and because I didn't stay for the, you know, the majority of the fall or the winter, I didn't get to experience the, you know, Maine in its entirety. But I had a good taste of it. And, you know, 5 to 6 months during the warmer months. And it left me wanting to come back for more. So after I left in 2018, came back to Humboldt, I sat on that idea for about 3 years. And then the summer of 2021 came along, and I said, yeah, let's go back. Let's do it. So I was gung-ho, you know, with the idea of going back, and I did. And, you know, it was post-COVID, but barely. It just had a different energy. My living situation, the job situation was different than I wanted, and I didn't really give it a try. I just sort of came in, stayed for a couple months, and then went back, kind of doing the same old thing I did before, and I didn't have that passion that I did the first time around. So what's different between then and now? Well, I went back to Humboldt strictly to tie up some loose ends, and there were a lot of things I wanted to be present for. I wanted to try to fix things and relationships and be closer to people I really care about. And now that I've kind of done all of that and I've tried, and I kind of have an idea of where it is I stand in Humboldt County in that aspect. And being single, not having much luck in the dating world, and everybody's moving forward in their lives and moving on. The idea of Maine just kind of sat in the back of my mind, as a potential place to go back to and spend some more time. And that's what brings me here in 2022, heading back. And I'm really just like 8 hours of solid time on the road away from being back in Maine for the third time. So what sets this journey apart from last year's is the passion, the motivation to want to explore. I had some of that last year, but again, it just wasn't as strong as it is this time. So, this journey, hold on a second.
There is a speed trap ahead.
Speed trap ahead. I love that my phone tells me that there's a speed trap. That's actually probably saved me a ticket or two. Anyways, yes, Maine for the third time. I hope it will be a lot like it was in 2018, and I'll stay a long time and just make the best of it, work and play, and just experience maybe the fall a little bit. I don't know. We'll see where things are after the season. But I just want to really enjoy my time away from Humboldt for a while. Humboldt will always be there. Yeah, it's changing and everything, but I'll always have that option of going back, because that's my home base, and I have a storage unit full of stuff. So I can't exactly abandon Humboldt County just yet. I don't really have a reason to, but I want to try putting some serious time in Maine once again, and reliving those old days of 2018, and having some new adventures as well. Hi guys, it is just after 9 p.m. I've been driving pretty non-stop since our last little update, but I am tired. I'm beat. We're about 5.5 hours out from Maine, believe it or not. We still have part of New York to plow through, and then Massachusetts, and then Vermont, or not Vermont, New Hampshire, and then we're off into Maine. Rise and shine, everyone. It is 7 a.m. on May 31st, and we are heading toward our destination. We should be there by noon, and I'm really, really looking forward to putting this long haul to a rest for a while, and relaxing, and everything that comes along with it. Wow, what a trip! What a trip! Literally and figuratively. Yeah, it's going to be a nice day. It's going to be a great day. Probably going to get really warm, so at some point I'm probably going to get out of my jeans and flannel, because I realize I'm not on the cool coastal region of the redwoods anymore. I am like in sticky, sweltering humidity type climates now. But gonna drink lots of water, as I have been this whole journey, and maybe a little coffee too. So our next stop definitely is gonna involve some coffee, or maybe a double espresso if I'm lucky. But if nothing else, I will see you guys when we get to Kittery. I think it's called Kittery, Maine, which is like their little welcome center area. So I'll see you there. Hey, just wanted to point out we are in Massachusetts officially. Next we have New Hampshire, and then we'll be in Maine. So getting real close now. I nearly forgot like how lush and green Massachusetts is, at least where I'm driving through. It's really pretty. And the roads are super clean here too, so they must really make their tax dollars count. Kind of at a standstill in Worcester, Massachusetts, checking out some of that architecture while I'm slugging my way through traffic here. Yeah, look at that old building over there. There's all kinds of them too, like really, really interesting. A lot of history in Worcester. I think there's a historic college here too, College of the Holy Cross or something like that. Wow, it's pretty. So pretty. Got a couple skyscrapers popping up in the distance over there as well. Wow, this must be rush hour, people going to work or whatever. Awesome. All right, time to put the camera away, but I just want to get a little video of that. Wow, look at all that over there. Don't worry, I'm watching the road. My hand's doing all the work. I'm not like actively looking where the camera is. I'm just hoping that the camera captures what I think I see in the peripheral. Oh, it sure is pretty out here. Wow. Oh my gosh, look at that old building there. It's like an old cathedral. It's like a mini Harvard University or something. Alright, so we just entered onto 495 North. This is pretty much the last highway, route, whatever you want to call it, that takes us to Maine and kind of pretty much where we're going to end up going. So I'm excited. This is it. I mean, we're pretty much on the final stretch. And it's beautiful too. The sun just came out. It's just pretty. A lot of traffic out. I don't know if this is like just like normal morning traffic. It's about 8:30, so yeah, that would make sense. But yeah, we're in New Hampshire, one state away. Did I get it? I think I got it.
Welcome to Maine.
Yeah. I have officially entered Maine. My goodness. Wow. We're here. We are here for the third time. That little dream has become a big reality. That's awesome. Wow. Wow. Oh, my goodness. What a drive. I gotta capture Maine, the Maine sign coming up here. I already got one. I know they have a few of them, but I definitely want to get it on camera. That big blue one you see up ahead here. And then switch lanes. There we go. It's official. We're here. Sweet beats. Well, we are heading toward Bath, my home away from home, and I just got out of the shower. I went to Planet Fitness and freshened up over there Thank God I still carried that membership, because that shower after 4 or 5 days, my God, that is just the best thing ever. So I'm heading to Bath. Actually, we're going to hit Brunswick first, but then we're going to Bath. Just looking forward to being back in Bath. Just a sweet little town. A lot of good memories. So, yeah, wow. I'm so tired. I'm going to sleep for like a week when I get the opportunity. All right, guys. See you later.